With only a week to go and stretch time, well, it's here. Meadville Mustangs baseball is back for 2 straight games in Butler, Pennsylvania, here at historic Pullman Park. The Mustangs are closing in on the end. They've got 7 days to go and a lot of big games, 6 to be exact. Hello, everyone. Luke Burgess here with you from historic Pullman Park in Butler, Pennsylvania. So glad that you're joining us here tonight for the Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Iron Bucks. These two teams met once before, also at Pullman Park. It's another interleague matchup, and we got quite a few of those as we come down through the stretch run of the season. The Mustangs are back in action tomorrow night, and that'll be in Newcastle against the 3B Barons. But then over the weekend, 4 games to wrap the season up. On Saturday, it's a doubleheader at home back at Garby Yard against the DuBois Bucks. They'll be traveling in, will be the first and only time that we see them in a 2-game series. And then going into Sunday against Altoona, we'll travel over there to see them for the first and only time, and that will wrap up the regular season as we head into the Rust Belt League playoffs and hopefully towards a Meadville Mustangs championship. They can compete. They've won 2 in a row. They swept the Blue Sox here over the weekend. They've struggled against some of the lesser teams. The East Butler Bulldogs have had their number so far this season, and they faced off in a crazy game last weekend on Friday night. The final score of that one, 19-18 in favor of the Bulldogs. But then they come in really good pitching in the doubleheader the other night and able to grab 2 wins before they head into the week, which is the final week in the Rust Belt League season. So looking at the East or the Butler Iron Bucks, not East Butler this time around. Last time we saw them, we saw some good pitching out of the bullpen. It was Ryan Manning who came on in relief of Nick Marola. Marola's playing in the field today, but Manning is available out of the bullpen, and he was phenomenal. Came in after Marola gave up some runs in the first 6 innings, pitched 4 scoreless innings. Unfortunately for him, his offense wasn't able to pick him up and get some runs to bring them back for the win. The Mustangs held on to that one, largely in part to because of the performance of tomorrow's starter, Gino Mara. He's been phenomenal all season. He's got an ERA in the 2s this year, and he went 8 innings in that game, allowing just 1 run, and he closed out the game against the Blue Sox for a win the night before that. So he has been phenomenal for this Mustangs team. They still need to make up a few games. They're finishing up their infield warm-ups right now, but tonight they're just focused on getting another win, stacking a win, and getting back to 500. They're in 3rd place for the first time all season long, 3 games back in the division, and I think it shows how much closer the Rust Belt division is over the Tri-State division. The Iron Bucks are in 2nd place. They're 4 games back of the Creekside Crocodiles, who are in 1st place overall in this 8-team league. And the Crocodiles, they were swept by the Mustangs when we traveled over to Youngstown not too long ago. So they're the best team by far, only 6 losses, and they've played a whole lot more games than the Mustangs have so far this year. And they are just rolling along this season. Really, the Mustangs account for a third of their losses this year. That doubleheader sweep is 2 out of their 6 losses, and they have 13 wins on the year. So a really good record for the Creekside Crocodiles. We won't see them again unless it comes down to it in the championship. And they're playing out of this other league, and the Iron Bucks also in that same situation. You wouldn't see them again unless it came down to championship time. The playoffs will be underway a week from today, so we'll be really excited to come to you with that coverage. Mustangs playoff baseball just a week away. But for now, we'll look at tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Butler Iron Bucks, as said, they come into tonight's game with a 12-10 record. They're 4 games back of the Creekside Crocodiles in the Tri-State Division. Mike Manis leads off in center field. Batting second, Maddox Clement. He's in left. Brett Crehan bats third. He's the shortstop. Brady Gavula bats fourth as the extra hitter. The designated hitter is Alex Colwell. He'll bat fifth. Brian Woods is the catcher. He bats sixth. Mason Timko bats 7th and plays 3rd base. Matt Rinaldo bats 8th. He's the first baseman. Nick Marola, the pitcher from the last time these two teams met, he's the second baseman and he'll bat 9th. And Tyler Mack is in right field and bats 10th. The pitcher for tonight's game, left-handed short pitcher Ian Ballquist. He's going to use a lot of movement out there. Comes down from a weird arm angle on that left side. Kenny Lavrich leads it off for the Meadville Mustangs. They come into this game 8-9, 3 games back of the first place 3B Barons in the Rust Belt division. As said, Lavrich leads it off at shortstop. Daniel Luco bats second. In right field, Jordan Suvik bats third. He's in center field. Brandon Butler bats fourth. He's at third base. Carson Weibel's in left field. He bats fifth. Cole Grable bats sixth. He's at second base. Brady Lane bats seventh. He's the first baseman for tonight's action. Zach Strideff is the catcher. He bats eighth. John Sharp is the extra hitter. He bats ninth. And Mason Bevan bats 10th. And he will serve as the designated hitter for tonight's lineup. So one more time through, it's Lavrich, Luco, Suvik, Butler, Weibel, Grable, Lane, Strideff, Sharp, and Bevan rounding out the order. The starting pitcher is Zach Wilson. He struggled so far this season, but coming into the year as the number 1 guy, you hope that he can kind of bounce back in tonight's game and provide some sustainable pitching on the mound, because we know how big of an impact starting pitching has for this Mustangs team. When the starter goes more than 5 innings, they win the game. That has been the case this year. They have not lost when a starter has gone past that 5th inning. So looking for a big night on the pitching side out of Wilson, and hoping to avoid that Iron Bucks bullpen, which has been very good. The reason that they are 2 games above 500, they've been able to shut offenses down late in the game. When we return, we'll have first pitch and a whole lot more here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Stick with us. We got a fun night of baseball coming up on the final week of the Rust Belt League season. The conclusion of our nation's anthem, Star Spangled Banner, being played here tonight at Pullman Park. Just a few minutes away from baseball. We'll go real quick and look at the Iron Bucks. They've been pretty good at home, 6-4. Their record is 500 on the road, so much better team at home than they are on the road. And in their last 10, 4-6 so far this season. Iron Bucks taking the field now. Zach Wilson is the pitcher for the Meadville Mustangs tonight. He's going to try and go out there, get a bounce-back start. He's been good at times. The breaking pitches have been really solid. It's the velocity that's been down, so you hope he can kind of try and regain some of that tonight. Lavrich, Luco, and Suvak will hit to start the game in the 1-2-3 holes. They're going to take their warm-up tosses, and we're just a few minutes away from baseball. These two games tonight against the Iron Bucks and then tomorrow against the 3B Barons, especially tomorrow's game, really the importance of them cannot be understated. Mustangs are trying to claw back into this division to improve their seeding as they go into the playoffs. They're in third place right now, and with the playoffs just a week away, it is certainly crunch time on the campaign. Infielders taking their final throws before we get ready to go. Sean Manning's Iron Bucks and Ben Cosby's Meadville Mustangs. Just a few minutes away from baseball. And we were here the other night, and what a phenomenal end to that game it was. Ended up being Jordan Suvak, the star, tripled to bring home a tying run in the final inning. And the Mustangs came all the way back from down 2-0 to win that one 3-2. So something of that characteristic would be much appreciated for Mustangs fans, and I'm sure that Mustangs coaching staff and players as well. I can assure you no one wants to win more than them. Lavrich is just about ready to go. He steps into the box, and the left-handed pitcher Ian Balquist looks in. Lavrich takes a moment. He comes set. Lefty delivers the first pitch of the game. We are underway. It's a ball outside, and baseball is here tonight. 6:32, the start time for tonight's matchup. 80 degrees, wind blowing out to center field. It's been a hot day all afternoon. Pitch number 2 in there for a strike. Called on the outside corner. Not big velocity coming out of that left-handed arm slot. Not anything like we'll see from starter Gino Mara tomorrow. He throws hard out of that left arm slot, and he has been absolutely outstanding this year. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. It's a strike. So it's a 1-2 count now to the leadoff hitter, Lavrich. He's been good at getting on base all season long. Perfect leadoff hitter. Plays with a lot of speed and fun, and you can't discount that defense at shortstop either. Balquist ready to go. He delivers the 1-2. It's a strikeout to lead off the game. Lavrich swings and misses at the breaking pitch away. That looked like the changeup. So a strikeout to get things underway here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Luke Burgess, thanking you for joining us tonight for another night of Mustangs Baseball. We'll be right back at it again tomorrow in Newcastle, about 30 minutes west of where we are tonight. Daniel Luco, the right fielder, bats second. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. It looks like he's going to ask if that was right on the corner, and he gets a nice little nod from the home plate umpire, communicating that to him early on, trying to establish where exactly that strike zone is tonight. Pitch is down and in for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count with 1 away. Mustangs trying to strike early, get on top of this Iron Bucks team. They've been competitive with everyone this year. 1-1 pitch, down low, bounces out in front of the plate, and it's 2-1. Blocked nicely. The catcher behind the plate is Brian Woods for the Butler Iron Bucks. Signal caller throws down the fingers. Left-hander delivers down low in the dirt, and it's 3-1 now. Last time around, we saw Lenny Pacini as the catcher. He's not in the starting lineup tonight. 3-1 pitch is up high, ball 4. So a strikeout and then a quick walk to Luco. Outfielder has good speed, so definitely a threat to run with the aggressiveness that the Mustangs are trying to get out there early. And now it's Jordan Suvak, who has been the hottest hitter in, dare I say, the entire league. He had a double, single, and home run on Friday against the Bulldogs, and then, after struggling a little bit in Game 1 of the doubleheader, came back and tripled to tie the game. That one's down low in the dirt, ball 1. And that was to break up a no-hitter in the 7th inning. And, of course, our doubleheaders in the Rust Belt League are only 7-inning games. So the final inning of the game, 2 outs away from a no-hitter, and he was able to break it up. He said afterwards, as the 1-0 pitch is delivered inside and almost gets a piece of him, he's going to take a lap around the home plate area. He said afterwards, that's what happens when the Stangs are hot. And I think there's a really good energy around this Mustangs team right now. They want to win. They're playing for each other. It's a 2-0 count to the center fielder, leading off first. That one's past the catcher, Woods, and easily into second standing is Luco. So he moves up on the wild pitch. And there's a runner on second base with 1 away. Top of the first, just underway, 1 out. It's a 3-0 count to the center fielder, Jordan Suvak. Lefty Ballquist delivers and throws it down low. So a walk results after the passed ball. And it's back-to-back walks to put runners on first and second for the 4-hitter, Brandon Butler, third baseman. And we keep referencing back to how he started the year hitting down low in the lineup around the 7-hole, but he's become the team's consistent cleanup hitter really since the 1/3 mark of the season. He takes a called strike, and he's flourished in that role. He struggled over the weekend. Of course, most people struggled in that no-hitter that was almost a no-hitter all the way through. No-hitter through 6 1/3 innings. The 0-1 pitch to the third baseman is called for a strike. Fastball on the outside corner, and Butler goes down 0-2. Looked a little wide. And we're back here at Pullman Park once again for another exciting night of baseball. Ballquist gets his sign, and he delivers to the righty. Inside, Butler just scoots out of the way, moves his feet to his left, and it's a 1-2 count now. On deck, Carson Weibel, left fielder, and his defense has really, really been outstanding as of late out there in left field. It's a big left field, big outfield in general here. The Mustangs played outstanding outfield defense all weekend long. That one's down low and in, right back in that same spot. It was a little bit more elevated. It's 2-2. Mustangs trying to win their 3rd straight after they swept the doubleheader against the Blue Sox, the primary team that plays at Pullman Park here. The 2-2 pitch is up the left side and through into the outfield. Rounding third now is Luco. Takes a short stumble. Now he's in to score. Moving up to third on the throw, and back to first is the throw from the catcher, Woods. So it's an RBI single for Brandon Butler. He shoots one through the left side. How about that? Brandon Butler looked like he was down for the count after going down 0-2. And all of a sudden, he shoots one through, and the Mustangs are on top early in the first with just 1 out. And you see Suvak read that throw really well, too. He gets all the way up to third base on the throw home, which was offline. Weibel takes strike 1. Fastball through the middle of the zone. So all it took was 1 hit, and the Mustangs are on top early. Here's the pitch from the lefty. That one bounces off the plate. Butler moves up to second easily. It gets by, and they say it actually got a piece of Carson Weibel, so he's hit by a pitch, and that's the 3rd man allowed on base freely. So the bases are loaded now with 1 out for Cole Grable, and he's licking his chops with a chance to break the game open early on. Just 1 batting glove for the second baseman, Grable. The first pitch in there for strike 1. He goes back to that fastball, and Ballquist has good control. That's what it appeared during his bullpen warm-up, and he seems like he's carried that over. The only issue is he doesn't really have the velocity. He's got to move those pitches around pretty consistently if he wants to get some people to miss at them. That one's outside. It's a 1-1 count now. We're set up here in our usual suite at Pullman Park, and it's been a great experience here all summer long. Keeping it going here on a early mid-July evening. That one's out to right center field. The right fielder looks to have a beat on it. He makes the catch. That's Mark out there. And the runner tags on the sac fly, and it's a 2-0 game for the Mustangs. And it is Mack, I should say. So runners on first and third with 2 away after the sac fly from Grable. He picks up the RBI. And now it'll be Brady Lane, first baseman, trying to add on one more. When you have the bases loaded with just 1 out, you obviously hope to add more than 1 run. We'll get a chance to do that right here. Lefty goes into his motion. He delivers a hard fastball in there. Maybe he heard me. Reared back on that one. 2 runs already across the plate. Runners on first and third. It's Butler on the left corner. Weibel over at first. The pitch to Lane. Down low, bounces, gloved nicely. No type of movement from Woods there to try and attempt to block that one. He just kind of lets it bounce into his glove. He read it well. Lane, the 7th batter to come to the plate in the first inning. Mustangs have been productive on the base paths. They've got 2 on, though. That one swung on and missed. The 2-0 looked like a changeup away. Tried to drive that the other way, and when you try and elevate that bat through the zone, and the changeup has the similar fastball release, it's very hard to pick up on that spin. That pitch is through the middle and past. Oh, it's gloved down by the shortstop. He doesn't have a play, but it was a phenomenal stop for Brent Crehan at second base, just past the bag. It looked like it was surely into center field, and he stops that one with his glove outstretched, but it's an RBI single at the end of the day for the Mustangs. Weibel moves up to second. Butler scores from third. And Lane singles. Now it'll be Zach Strideff. He was the extra hitter, and in the 10 hole, he takes strike 1 on Saturday. But he's moved up, and he's catching today. He's in that 8 hole for tonight's action. 0-1 count to the catcher. He rips one out into right center. Backing up on it is Maines, and it's over his head toward the wall. Manis runs it down in center field. 1 run scores. Lane is advancing, and it's a 2-run RBI double for Zach Strideff. How about that? He's been clutch all season long. He came up with a clutch RBI triple here earlier in the year. Now he sends 2 more runs across the plate. It's 5-0 Mustangs in the first inning. They're going for the throat of the Iron Bucks, and talk about the Stangs are hot. Well, they're hot tonight. The bats are on fire. Definitely gives some confidence to Zach Wilson out there on the mound. John Sharp now in to hit. He takes strike 1. That was another hard fastball. So Ballquist has been beat up here early. 5-0 Mustangs. Sharp, the 9th hitter to come to the plate. Slider inside. It's a ball. It's 1-1. Mason Bevan, the 10 hitter, on deck. Left on left matchup there. This one's right on left. Sharp is caught. He caught over the weekend in every single game. The 1-1 is popped up. Foul off the top of the bat. That one gets back towards us here in the broadcast booth. 1-2 pitch. 2 away. It's Ben Cosby down there at third base, hoping to wave Strideff around for a 6th run. The pitch is grounded up the middle. That one sneaks through, and now he will have that chance. Strideff rounds third. Manis struggles with it in center field. It's another RBI single this time. It's John Sharp. So how about it? The Mustangs bats came to play early on. 6 runs in the first inning, and they are off out of the gate to a roaring start. And now it's a mound visit being paid to Ian Ballquist. 2 away in the inning, and after Kenny Lavrich struck out swinging on a good changeup, it looked like the inning might go quickly, but now he's on deck again with 2 outs. So just 1 out made since then, and that was a sacrifice fly from Cole Grable, which scored a run. So you can't be too disappointed in that out. The Mustangs bats have been on fire, and 6-run inning, you will certainly take it early on. Lefty Mason Bevan now to the plate, and he does struggle against left-handed pitchers so far this season. He struck out over 50% of the time against lefties. He hits righties well. And now that bullpen active for the Iron Bucks. First pitch delivered to Bevan down low in the dirt for a ball. The pitch, that one swung on and missed, took a big hack. Bevan has certainly lived up to what he told us before the season started. He said he either runs into one or strikes out, and he has hit some home runs, and he struck out. The 0-2 pitch to Bevan is over the head of the second baseman. That one drops. Sharp is rounding second. Now he holds up. The throw in from Manis is a good one, and it's a single for Mason Bevan, and the Mustangs have hit around in the first inning. So now Kenny Lavrich, he's going to get a second chance this time around. Dustin Strom is warming up in the bullpen for the Iron Bucks. Lefty faces Lavrich for the second time this inning. He delivers a ball outside for ball one. So Strom probably set to come in as soon as he's loose, because this has been a disaster inning so far to start things for the Iron Bucks, and they need a big win too. They're 4 back trying to fight for seeding. Swing and a miss from Lavrich, and the difference between playing Dubois and Altoona is massive. Altoona has been really, really poor this year. They sit last in the entire league, and obviously the 2 and 3 seed will play. That one's down low in the dirt, so it's ball 2 now to Lavrich. 2-1 to the shortstop. Struck out early in this inning to start the game. That was about 15 minutes ago. The pitch, runner takes off. That one's popped up foul. Sharp was on the move. Bevan was not from first. Lavrich, the Grove City College shortstop, become a mainstay. He started every single game at shortstop so far this season for this team. The 2-2 pitch, outside for a ball. So now a full count with 2 away to Lavrich. He's been good in full counts. He's also been good with runners in scoring position. He gets a hit over 30% of the time with runners in scoring position. Bevan takes off. That one is fouled. And Sharp didn't look like he knew that they were going. He kind of takes off a little bit late. And with a 3-2 count, man, 2 outs, generally you don't even need to look for the sign. It's just all systems go. That clearly wasn't the case right there. Now the full count pitch. That one's fouled back. Lavrich gets on it again. So we'll do the 3-2 one more time. First inning just underway here between the Iron Bucks and the Mustangs. Lavrich stepping back in for the 3-2 pitch. Bevan leads off of first base. Lefty hurler comes set. He delivers the payoff pitch. That one is fouled back again. So third straight foul ball for Lavrich. What's the song? One more time. That's what we're going to do right here. Payoff pitch from the lefty. Grounded foul up the left side, and that time he was gunning for his manager, Ben Cosby. He's got to jump out of the way. So 4 straight foul balls now. Umpire at home plate's got to get a restock, and we'll keep things going. Runners on first and second. It's Bevan and Sharp, 9 and 10 hitters. Shortstop and leadoff hitter Kenny Lavrich at the plate. He's hitting for the second time this inning. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and he aggressively tosses that bat over to the side. So it's a walk, and the bases are full again. And now that's going to be the end of the road for Ian Ballquist. So a really rough outing for the starter. He gets pulled after just 2/3 of an inning, and when we return, there'll be a new pitcher here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs up 6-0. A new pitcher on for the Iron Bucks is Dustin Strom, right-hander. Tall right-hander comes on with the bases loaded with 2 outs. He's in quite the jam here. Mustangs did not see him last time. So the first time that they'll get a look at the right-hander all year. His first pitch is a fastball. He gets by, and Sharp held up at third base. I think he looked at the bounce that it got coming back to Woods. It was pretty fortuitous. And he'll hold at third. So it's a 1-0 count early on to the right fielder, Luco. Walked his first time. The 1-0 pitch from the righty is a fastball up high. Looked like it was maybe a tad outside, too. That outside corner looked wide, though, the first time through. Already the 12th hitter to come to the plate in the first inning for the Mustangs. They've been piling on. They're trying to do that just a little bit more here. That one gets by. Now Sharp runs home. He's coming in. The slide, and he's safe. Sharp on a passed ball through the catcher Woods. He scores, and it's a 7th run in the first inning for the Meadville Mustangs. So how about it? Just keep on adding on. Now Bevan is at third, Lavrich at second, 2 more runners in scoring position, and it's a 3-0 count on Daniel Luco. The pitch. In for a strike. Low speed fastball there, low spin as well. Kind of just getting it across the plate, it looks like. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. That one's fouled off the inside knob of the bat. You can tell that one stung the hands a little bit. Shakes him off, though. He's ready to go. So, really, already 7 runs across here in the first. It doesn't really matter if you can't get another one in. Would be nice to add on these 2 more, though. The pitch to Luco is up high, and he walks him. So, Luco walks for the 2nd time in the inning, and the bases are loaded again for the best hitter in this Meadville Mustangs lineup at the moment, and that is Jordan Suvak. So Suvak comes to the plate, bases loaded, 2 outs, and he came up with that incredibly clutch triple the other night. A double would do right here, that's for sure. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Mustangs, all of a sudden, in control of this game before Zach Wilson even takes the mound. The 1-0 is in there for strike slider, and he didn't like it. It looked high to us here in the booth, and I think Luco was, or Suvak rather, was thinking along the same lines. Here's the 1-1. In there for strike, just over the outside edge, and that was a good slider. Hung it in there long enough. And he gets the strike called. So it's a 1-2 count now with 2 away. The pitch to Suvak is up high, and did he go? No, he did not. So it's 2-2. Fastball high there. That pitch can be tempting. You can tell he wanted to really put a charge into that one, but came in right around the collarbone. 2-2 pitch to the center fielder. That one's fouled back, and just a little bit early, you saw him slow down that bat head as he came through the zone. He's going to take time, take a few swings, deep breath, and now he's back in. 2-2 count with 2 away in the inning. Top of the first still, Mustangs have put up a 7 spot early on. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, he steps across the plate, that's a ball. So the count full now, 3-2 with 2 outs. On the mound, it's already into the bullpen for the Iron Bucks. Dustin Strom delivers the 3-2, and it's a called strike 3. He doesn't love it, but that's the end of the first inning. Mustangs can't complain. They put up 7. We're through half inning, 7-0 to score. Well, the Iron Bucks have got a 7-run hole to dig themselves out of. Zach Wilson on the mound for the Meadville Mustangs. He's trying to bounce back. He hasn't started in over a week and a half. He's been good when he's been good, but he's struggled in other moments. His first pitch to Cam Manis is in there for a strike. Center fielder had that ball hit over his head, and that was a nice little breaking ball. Slider caught the inside part of the zone. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one's popped up out to the shallow part of the outfield. The second baseman, Grable, has a read, and he makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down. Early on for the Mustangs on defense. That'll bring up Maddox Clement, left fielder, and we saw him the last time that these two teams met. Clement also hit in that 2-hole, and he reached on an error, singled as well, but he was 1 for 3 on the night. The 0-0 pitch is grounded onto the shortstop, Lavrich. Big hop, and he scoops it well. Throws to first and gets the out. So 3 pitches and 2 down. And that's really been the story for Wilson. He's been able to get outs early on, but he struggled with that command as he's gone into his starts, and he just hasn't been able to go deep into his starts, which is the reason the Mustangs haven't been successful, because they really don't rely on that bullpen all too much. They rely on those starters to go deep into games for them to win. The 0-0 pitch now to the 3-hitter Brent Crehan. Made that great grab at shortstop just over the middle of the infield to stop a ball getting into center. The pitch down low, fastball, and it's 2-0. So Wilson already 2 outs, and he's just thrown 5 pitches. I think you'll appreciate if he can keep up at that pace all night long. That one in there for a strike, and dealing with some injuries, but he's deciding to pitch through it, and he is the leader of this staff. 2-1 pitch from the right-hander. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. Lavrich has a beat on it. He makes the catch. So it's a clean 7-pitch first inning for Wilson on the mound. Through 1 full to score, the Mustangs lead this 7-0 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Well, they're not in a whole ton of need of run support here. The Mustangs get out to an early 7-0 lead in that first inning. Brandon Butler, the cleanup hitter, is going to start the second. He'll face Dustin Strom, who came on, gave up 2 more runs after the starting pitcher, Ian Ballquist, went just 2/3 of an inning. 1-0 count to Butler, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one's down, kicks up some turf in the process. It's 2-0 to the right-handed hitter. So 6:30 start time here tonight on a hot day. Blue skies. We've had beautiful weather the past week here in Western PA. 2-0 pitch is a breaking ball up high, 3-0, and now laying off all the way you would assume is Butler. He struggled a little bit as of late, but really caught fire in that middle part of the season. He's been a consistent hitter all year long. 3-0 pitch is in there. Oh, it's strike 1. And that looked a mile inside. He tossed the bat and everything. He was halfway down to first base before that strike was called. And I'm sure the home plate umpire is not going to appreciate that gesture all too much. So a 3-1 count to Butler. He's trying to get back in on base now. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's cracked, popped up on the shallow part of the outfield. Crehan calling everyone off. He makes the catch, and there's one away to start the second inning. Carson Weibel now coming to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch his first time around. That was from the lefty Ballquist. First pitch from the new right-handed pitcher, Strom, is outside for ball 1. It's 1-0 count to the left fielder. Here's the 1-0. That one's on a line out to the right side. It's drifting and drops foul. Just slicing over the foul line, down the right field line at the last moment there. So the next time that we see you will be tomorrow night from Flaherty Field in Newcastle. Excited to bring you coverage of that game. 1-1 pitch from Strom. Breaking ball left up high. It's 2-1. That one swung on and missed. High fastball there, and he put a little bit more velocity on it after he showed him the slider. Not exactly sure that's where he intended to throw the second to last pitch, but it works anyway. 2-2, here it comes. That one's up the middle and over the head of the shortstop Crehan into left field. That's a single for Carson Weibel, and he holds up at first base. A nice little base hit into left, and the Mustangs are right back on the base paths. So how about that? 3 set down for the Meadville Mustangs on defense, and then they come back out and get another hit. Keep the hit parade rolling. Cole Grable now, he flew out for a sac fly his first time. The 0-0 is up the left side, through the left side of the infield, rounding second, and now pausing at second is Weibel. It's back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches, and it's second and first with one away. Brady Lane now gets a shot. First baseman singled his first time around, and he started a little string, which put across those last 3 runs. The 0-0 to the right-handed hitter is called for strike. Looked like he took something off of that one. Already 5 hits on the board for the Mustangs. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and that was a good one. Slider got him to chase. He was just flailing at that one. One of the things that has come to fruition as the season has gone on, Stridiff and Wilson generally will be the battery when they pitch together because of their connection of pitching together at Slippery Rock. That one's out to center field. Onto it is Manis. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away. The runners hold it first and second respectively, so no advancing there. Now Stridiff will come to the plate. So he's kind of become somewhat of Wilson's personal catcher. He doesn't only catch for him, but most of the time when he's catching, that means that Wilson is on the mound and the other way around. Well, the catcher for tonight's game is at the plate. He takes strike 1. Slippery Rock product. Nothing in 1 to Stridiff. In there for strike 2, and he looks back there. Don't think he loves that outside corner. He's got a few words for the home plate umpire. And there was a long delay after that pitch came in before it was called. Dancing off second base is Weibel. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. So the inning is over, and a nice slider gets him swinging, and the Mustangs can't push across any more runs, but they get 7 in the first. So once again, not too big of a deal. Through an inning and a half, Mustangs lead 7-0 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Back for the bottom of the second inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Brady Gavula to lead it off for the Iron Bucks facing Zach Wilson. He went 1-2-3 in that first inning, trying to keep things going. He delivers a hard fastball through the middle of the zone for strike one against the extra hitter batting fourth. So trying to keep that designated hitter and extra hitter kind of together as a unit. They have their position players all spread out around. Alex Colwell, who will follow him up, is the designated hitter for tonight's game. Gavula at the dish. He's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one doesn't catch a piece of that outside corner. And, gee, you think that call would have been made in the last inning. One of those outside pitches that we saw called strike to Stridiff or Butler. Here's the pitch from Wilson. The 1-2 is up the middle and through into center field. Onto it is Suvak, and it's a leadoff single for the extra hitter. So Gavula puts a little bit of sauce on that one and gets it up the middle into center field. He's got a leadoff single. Alex Colwell now, the designated hitter, who we just mentioned, following up the extra hitter, will hit. 5-hitter. Did not see him last time either. A few new faces in this lineup. We saw Marola on the mound. Rinaldo we saw as well. He's batting 8th today, but a lot of new faces. A lot of teams trying to preserve some guys, especially if they pitch as well. The first pitch from Wilson is down low for ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count to the right-handed hitting designated hitter. 1-0 from Wilson. Slide step employed, and a little slider that drops down below the zone for ball 2. It's 2-0 to the righty. Right on right matchup right now. Wilson delivers, goes back to that slide step, delivers inside. Fastball couldn't quite catch the right part of the zone. It's 3-0 now. One of the things you really want to see from Wilson is him limiting the walks. When he's been in the zone, he's been really good. 3-0 pitch. Up high, and he walks him. So the first walk of the evening for Wilson, and it's first and second with nobody out. So after we go through the designated and extra hitters, we go to the catcher, Brian Woods. Woods struggled on defense in that first inning. Allowed one wild pitch, allowed the passed ball. He was the subject of the wild pitch. That one's lined to the shortstop, Lavrich, throw on to second, and it's a double play. Wow, what a defensive play from Kenny Lavrich. Are you not entertained? And he snags the hard line drive, throws back to second to get Gavula at the bag. And it's a quick turn of 2. So now Mason Timko comes to the plate, and it's an entirely different outlook on this inning. 2 away for the right-handed third baseman. Runner on first. First pitch is a hard fastball in for a strike. And that's some zip on that fastball we haven't seen so far this season from Wilson. He's really bringing the heat. Shakes off, and now he gets his pitch from Stridiff. 0-1. Fastball up high and inside, almost got a piece of him. And they say now it does get a piece of him, so that's a hit by pitch. Timko will head on down to first base, and it's first and second once again, this time with 2 outs. Wilson just grazed the outside of his batting glove there. He looks to be okay. He was shaking the hand a little bit on the way down. Obviously, it always hurts to be hit in the hands. Now it's Matt Rinaldo, first baseman. Wilson trying to get out of this inning without allowing any runs. The 0-0 with 2 away. Down low in the dirt, past Stridiff, and he's got to find it now. He sees the runners move up to second and third, and just a poor block there, really. So 1-0. It was a good breaking pitch from Wilson on the mound. Nice curveball tossed in there. Stridiff just not able to close up that gap. Kind of got him on the 5-hole, bringing some hockey terms. Here's the 1-0 pitch from the right-hander. That one's grounded onto second base. Grable Gets to it easily, throws to first, and the inning is over. So he bounces back after he has first and second with nobody out through 2 full. Mustangs lead 7-0. Back for the top of the 3rd inning. John Sharp to lead it off for the Mustangs. He'll be followed by Mason Bevan. And then back to the top of the order, Kenny Lavrich trying to get his 3rd at-bat in the 3rd inning. So he could rack up the plate appearances tonight, that's for sure. Anyone in this Mustangs lineup certainly could. It's Dustin Strom back on the mound. He delivers a slider away. It's swung on and missed by Sharp, and the count goes to 0-1 early on. Strom back ready to go quickly. Sharp at the plate. He takes a ball outside. Snow-coned it, did the catcher. Woods just held on to that one, but he holds off, and it's a 1-1 count. John Sharp on. He swings and misses at a curveball. First one we've seen tossed in there from Strom. Sharp up to the plate. On deck is the lefty Bevan. He'll face the right-hander this time around. That one's fouled off, chopped over the dugout of the Iron Bucks. Mustangs switched dugouts from Saturday when they were here. They were over in that 3rd base dugout. This time they're over at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield, shortstop. That's Crehan. He calls everyone off and makes the catch. So first player goes down, and it's 1 up, 1 down on the fly out to the shortstop. Mason Bevan, now the 10-hitter, gets his 2nd shot, and I can almost assure you he didn't think he would be getting his 2nd plate appearance in the 3rd inning. 10-hitter has been good against righties this year, but he hasn't seen a whole ton of righties. 0-0 pitch is outside and up high, so he's ahead in the count 1-0. Started off the season as the regular first baseman, but he's moved into more of that designated hitter role as the season's gone on. He fouls one off. That one into the seating area. The pitch to Bevan. Swung on and missed. Fastball got him to make a pass, and he couldn't connect. So now here comes the 1-2. It's popped foul. And he just gets under that pitch. He's trying to drive one out there deep into the outfield. You know that's what his approach is when he comes to the plate. Here's the pitch from Strom. That one's fouled back in that same spot. So he's late on the fastball this time after he was really far ahead of the breaking pitches. He needs something right in the middle. Maybe a little change up here. He could crush it if he leaves it high. 1-2 pitch. That one's up the middle, and it's down in front of the center fielder, Manis. And rounding first with another single is Mason Bevan. So how about that? He got a little bit of a fastball with some lower velocity. Maybe it might have been that changeup, just didn't drop as much, and he's on base for the Mustangs with 1 out. So the top of the order coming up, Kenny Lavrich gets another shot in the 3rd inning. The 0-0, and he lines that one out to left field. Back approaching the wall, and gone. See you later, ball. Kenny Laverich's his second home run of the season, and the Mustangs add on again. 2 more runs on the 2-run shot for the leadoff hitter, and it's a 9-0 game. Big time for the shortstop, and he's starting to heat up at the right moment. He started the season as just an on-base machine, but then as the year has gone on, he has turned into just an all-around excellent hitter. And he plates 2 more there. Now Luco fouls one off on the first pitch he sees. That one's way off to the right. Completely out of play. Luco at the plate. 2-hitter. Faces the right-handed pitcher, Strom. He delivers in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Luco's walked both times he's been to the plate tonight. Suvak on deck. He is 0 for 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, up high. It's ball 1. It's a 1-2 count. Looks down to get his signs quickly from Cosby, and he's right back in there. Both guys working quick. Here's the 1-2. Down low in the dirt, and the glove off the hand of Woods. Looked like he tried to pick that one without going into a blocking position. Kind of similar to what we saw him do actually in the first inning when he just let the ball bounce into his glove. But that time it didn't work out, and the glove kind of falls off the hand when he goes out to grab it. So it's a 2-2 count. The right-hander goes into his delivery. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside. So he battles back from 0-2. It's a full count now with 1 away. Just following up a Kenny Laverich home run to add 2 more onto the lead. It's 9-0. That one's out to right center field. Tracking back are both the outfielders. They're looking up. That one's at the warning track, and it's down. Rounding second is Luco. He's going all the way to third. The cutoff man fires one over, and it's off the netting. And now a timeout. It looks like Luco might be hurt at third base. He's trying to get to his feet. Got to make sure that he's okay. And we didn't see exactly how he went into third base. The throw was a mile high over third base. It hit the protective netting at a lot of other stadiums that the Mustangs play at where there's not as much of a facility. That would have been way out of play, and it would have been a round tripper for Luco back-to-back, but not here at Pullman Park. They've got some protective netting down towards the seating areas, and it's going to be a triple for Daniel Luco. So he ropes it. He seems to be all right. He's walking off something, but he's on third base after the home run. Still just 1 out, and Jordan Suvak has a chance to follow him up here. So mercy rule certainly starts to be something you think about here. It's only the 3rd inning, but 10 runs of a lead through 7 would ensue that mercy rule. And now Luco on third represents that. This one's popped out to left field. Clement has a read on it. First time he'll be in the game tonight. Running home now is Luco. The throw's a good one. It's on line, but it's off the glove of the third baseman, Timko. And Luco scores on the sac fly. So all of a sudden, it's 10-0 in favor of the Mustangs. They are just dominating here tonight. And this is an Iron Bucks team that has been really hard to beat for a lot of teams. And it kind of just makes you question why the Mustangs have had so much trouble against the East Butler Bulldogs. They were swept at home in a doubleheader, and then on the road this weekend, just in a slugfest, couldn't hold them down, but they've been able to hold down a lot of other teams. Called strike 1 to Butler. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. Third baseman's 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Went back to that curveball, and that's a nice curveball. Don't know where he was hiding that for the first inning and 2/3 that he was out there on the mound. 0-2 pitch with 2 away in the inning. Outside, ball 1. And if you're a hitter at the plate right now, I think it's got to be tough to know exactly where that outside corner is. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Butler, and he kind of knifes that one on the shortstop. Gloving is Crehan. Nice throw on to first, and it's past the first baseman, Rinaldo. Butler is going around to second. That one gets out of play into the batting cage area, which goes down a ramp behind that first base area, and it snuck through the gate. So that's going to be an automatic advance to second base, a single for Butler, and an error on the shortstop, Crehan. A nice throw on the run for him, but he couldn't quite get it on target. So now there's another runner in scoring position for Carson Weibel with 2 outs. Weibel singled and been hit by a pitch. The first pitch he sees is swung on and missed. He goes down 0-1. And what a fun game this has been tonight. And so happy that you're with us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 2 outs in the inning. The pitch is up high in the air towards the outfield. Manis gets underneath and makes the catch. So through 2.5, Mustangs add on 3 more, including a Kenny Lavrich home run. They lead 10-0 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the 3rd action on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Luke Burgess here with you all night long on a Monday evening. We hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you're listening from. Zach Wilson's first pitch of the bottom of the 3rd to Nick Marola is down low for ball 1. Marola was the starting pitcher the last time that these two teams met. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, so not a bad start, but he was pulled in favor of Ryan Manning, who was really, really good. That one's lined into center field, so he's got a leadoff single off the bat of Marola. Wilson gives that one up, and now Tyler Mack will follow him up. So a big mountain to climb for the Iron Bucks, but only one at a time. That's the one of only 2. They've got a leadoff runner on. The Mack's out there in right field tonight. Three-run top of the 3rd for the Mustangs after a 7-run first inning. Wilson comes home with the pitch. It's a breaking ball outside, blocked nicely by Strideff. Strideff's defense back behind the plate isn't quite as consistent as Sharp. Sharp is that extra hitter tonight. He's been really good on defense this year. Wilson looks to runner back, delivers the 1-1 pitch. It's grounded to the left side. Lavrich tries to flip on to second. He gets there. Grable has his feet taken out by the slide, and the runner's out at second, so it'll go as a fielder's choice. Safe at first is Mack. There's one away. Now it's back to the top of the order. They went down 1-2-3. Cam Manis leads it off. He's had a lot of work out there in center field. Another bullpen arm going for the Iron Bucks. And that's Mason Syke. Runner takes off on the pitch. Strideff launches one way up in the air. It slipped out of his hand, it looked like, or maybe his plant foot slipped. and it pops way up in the air on its way down to second base. So easily swiping the bag is Tyler Mack. He's on second base and into scoring position. Want to know the count? Wilson delivers. Big secondary lead. That one's grounded to Lavrich. Nice stop over there at short. He slips on the throw, and it's going to take his throw offline. So that'll be ruled a single, not the fault of Lavrich. He kind of just loses his footing on the turf on the throw. It's first and third, runners at the corners with one out. I beg your pardon right there. First and third. Trying to maybe roll up a double play here. Maddox Clement is at the plate. He watched that Kenny Lavrich home run go over. That one is down to second base on the steal. It's over the head of Lavrich. The runner's going to score easily, and that's a tale as old as time. A lot of teams try that in this league. They have the runner steal second base, and then the runner from third jots down over home. And it works right there, so it's a 10-1 ball game. Iron Bucks on the board. Left-handed batting, Maddox Clement at the plate for the Iron Bucks right here. He's taking on Wilson. Wilson's pitch is down low in the dirt, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. One away already in the inning. That came on Nick Marola's single in which he was cut down at second base. Here's the pitch. That one's chopped foul. That came on the fielder's choice from Tyler Mack, in which Marola was snagged at second. Runner on second. That one's delivered outside for a ball. It's 3-1 now. Can't issue walks to the top three guys in the order. That's certainly something Wilson knows he's got to avoid. Here's the pitch. Once again, that big secondary lead. Bounced back to Wilson. He looks that runner back, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to go up to third anyway. So a nice little toss on to first. It's a soft ground out for Clement. There's 2 away and a runner on third. So a solid start so far on the mound for Wilson. He'll face Brent Crehan, shortstop. He's been good on defense. He's seen a lot of balls his way as well. The 0-0 pitch to Crehan is in for strike. Hard fastball. That's really been the difference tonight with Wilson. It looks like he's putting a little bit extra juice on that ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's through the middle, slices it off the end of the bat, and that one just had a ton of side spin. So he's able to keep it up straight through the middle, and it's another RBI. This time an RBI single for Crehan, and it's 10-2. So that leadoff hitter, Cam Manis, scores. There's a runner on first with 2 away. 4-hitter Brady Gaviola led off the last inning with a single. Wilson faces him here. He swings and fouls one back. Time called briefly. And we hope that you'll join us again tomorrow night for Mustangs baseball on the Mustangs Baseball Network. It's going to be the Meadville Mustangs and the 3B Barons, all the way from Newcastle. That one's called for strike. Just gets a piece of the outside edge of the zone. We'll have first pitch for you in that game at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and then we'll see you again on Saturday for the final 4 games of the season. We're going to have 4 games in 2 days, back-to-back doubleheaders. Should be a good time. That one's popped up onto the right end of Pullman Park. It's going to drop in the bullpen foul. Bullpen's down the line here. 347 down the left field line, just 325 to right field. So right field, a much more accessible area, especially for those pulling left-handed hitters. Left field, not as much. 347 down the line, but wasn't a problem for Kenny Laverick. Nothing in 2 pitch from Wilson to Gavula. That one's outside. Slider broke away from him just a little bit too much. Gavula is able to lay off. So it's a 1-2 count with 2 away. Runner leads off of first base. Wilson looks in, gets his pitch. And now here comes the 1-2. Fastball up high. Caught nicely by Strideff. So the count goes to 2-2, all evened up. Bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 2-2 pitch from Wilson. That one's lined and through the middle again. So it's 3 straight singles up the middle of the infield. And another single for Brady Gavula. He's got 2 on the night. And there's runners on first and second with 2 outs. So all of a sudden, Wilson struggling to get out of the end of this inning. He's going to face Alex Colwell with 2 outs. Only 2 runs across so far. Here's the 0-0 pitch up high for a ball. Fastball that he just didn't quite get down on. Beautiful night here in Butler, Pennsylvania. Western PA has had a great summer. 1-0, up high. Of course, the air quality has not been the greatest, but the weather has been spectacular. 2-0 now the count. That was another fastball up high. Infield playing straight up. Grable slightly shaded toward that second base bag, trying to hold the runner on. The pitch. Down low, ball 3. It's 3-0 now. To Alex Colwell, designated hitter, following the extra hitter Brady Gavula, who just singled. They're trying to earn their paychecks here. That one's down low, so he's going to earn it for free. Boost for the on-base percentage. He walks for the 2nd straight inning. So a little bit of a conference to try and calm down the right-handed pitcher, and this is really the only thing that he needs to worry about is keeping himself reeled in when he gets in these tough situations. It's been 1 or 2 bad innings that have derailed his starts, but for the most part, when he's been on, they've gone quite well. So now the umpire out there to break up the meeting. He's going to face Brian Woods for the 2nd time. He lined out to Laverick the last time. Laverick smartly turned that into a quick double play. I think intelligently it might be the word that I'm looking for. So the catcher at the dish, coming to the plate for his 2nd time, 0 for 1 so far. Wilson's all ready to go. He's pitching out of the stretch. See how big that leg kick is. Goes all the way through it, and that one's up high for ball 1. Wilson's got kind of a throwback style, the way he pitches. Very in the windup, you see him lean back a lot, something that I think is very 90s, 80s-esque. 1-0 pitch is a breaking pitch. That one gets away, and holding up at 3rd nicely is the runner, Crehan. He wanted to break for home. Obviously, the Iron Bucks know they have to play aggressive, but they've got a pretty good chance to make some noise right here with a home run. That would go for a grand slam here. Would put them within 4, which would put them right back into this game. I think the Mustangs are really trying to avoid another slug-off like they had. Right if this time it's going to give up a run. Both the other runners move up 90 feet on the passed ball. Iron Bucks score another, so they nullify that top of the 3rd inning that the Mustangs had. The 3-0 pitch from Wilson. And he puts one in there for a strike. Fastball inside corner, now up near the hands. 3-1 count, 2 away. Here's the pitch. And he can't find the zone with that one. So it's back-to-back walks and starting to slip on the command side. Bases loaded again. Now an even more dangerous situation. Mason Timko comes to the plate. He was hit by a pitch the last time through the order. Nothing and nothing. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Hard fastball through the zone for Wilson. He let it rip. Now pinch runner being ushered on, and that's for the catcher so he can get his gear on, try and avoid any big-time delays. Wilson steps in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's up high. That grazes the arm, and the umpire agrees. So he's hit by a pitch for a second straight at-bat, and after it grazed his batting glove the first time around, this time it grazes the arm, and with the bases loaded, that's going to be a run allowed for Wilson. Now it's a 10-4 game, and all of a sudden the Iron Bucks are starting to claw right back into this one. So a big-time mistake there with the bases loaded. Now Matt Rinaldo is at the plate. The 0-0 pitch is over to third and caught nicely, thrown on to first, and the runner's already out. It was a line drive, or maybe it got off the ground, but either way, the inning is over. We're through 3 full. The Mustangs lead this one 10-4 in the Mustangs Baseball Network. New pitcher on is Mason Syke for the Butler Iron Bucks. So Dustin Strom goes 2 1/3, pitches in there for a called strike to the batter, Carson Weibel. Well, that's Cole Grable, rather. He pops one up, back out to right field. Underneath it is the right fielder, Mack. He makes the catch, and there's one away. Brady Lane now to the plate with one away in the inning after the fly out to right. Lane, the first baseman, takes strike one. He's singled and flown out so far today. Pitch to Lane, down low in the dirt. The 2-1 pitch is down low again. That one sneaks away from him. So it's a 3-1 count to the first baseman. Right-hander Syke on the mound brings a decent amount of velocity. He's a big pitcher. He's got some size and some height to him. Right-hander comes in with a hard fastball down low in the dirt. He walked him. So the first time that Lane has walked tonight, he joins a plethora of other players. And there's a runner on first with one away. Top of the 4th inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Zach Strideff comes up with a runner on. John Sharp, the primary catcher throughout this season, and tonight's extra hitter. Pitch out of the stretch from the right-hander is inside. Strideff holds up on the check swing, and he did not go. Syke taking his time in between pitches. He takes a little lap around the mound right there. He nods in agreement with his catcher, Woods. Now he delivers in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count. Three Barons tomorrow. They've beat up on pretty much everyone as the season has moved along. That's a check swing. Catcher Woods keeps it in front of him. And that one goes for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Zach Strideff at the plate. Runner on first base is Brady Lane. He walked a batter ago. Syke looks him back, now delivers. Fastball way up high. That one just got out a little bit too early. He looks frustrated with himself there. It's 3-1. Trying to avoid back-to-back walks. After he walked Lane on 5 pitches, in danger of doing the same to Strideff. The pitch. That one's fouled back. Just got underneath it. Way late on the hard fastball. He brings that velo. I think it's more of a control thing out of the bullpen that has to be managed. Lane has about a 2.5 step lead off first. Payoff pitch. He takes off. That throw is inside on the pitch, and the throw is non-existent. The pitch is inside, and it's a walk to Zach Strideff. So that time goes down as a 6-pitch walk. There's runners on first and second. Now, John Sharp, he singled in the first inning to keep the rally going, but popped up on the infield his last time. That was to lead off the 3rd. He's going to face the big righty. Comes set at the waist, delivers the pitch. Up high, jumping up to make the grab was Woods. We got you covered all night long for Mustangs baseball before we head to Newcastle tomorrow. Excited to make that trip down to Altoona, Pennsylvania this weekend. And if you can't make it, you can tune in right here. From what we know, it'll probably be an audio broadcast only from Altoona. 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and missed. But don't worry, we'll have full video, high-quality video on Saturday against the DuBois Bucks. It's a 1-1 count to Sharp with 1 away in the inning. Leading off of second is Brady Lane. On first, Zach Strideff. Sharp pops one foul. Always a great night here at Pullman Park for baseball. Great atmosphere, great fans, especially for Blue Sox. But the Iron Bucks do a good job as well. Swing and a miss. Sharp strikes out on a high fastball. He goes right back to what he knows best, and I mean Syke in that regard. He throws that high cheese past the extra hitter Sharp, and there's 2 away for Mason Bevan. Runner on first and second. Bevan has reached base both times tonight, singled his last time up. The first pitch he sees is swung on and missed. He hits those righties well. We talked about that after his first at-bat, and then he came up against the right-hander Dustin Strom last time and made him pay. Nothing in one pitch to the lefty. That one's grounded onto second base. Underneath it is Marola. He throws on to first, and the inning is over. So through 3.5, the Mustangs hold their lead at 10-4 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Wilson will face Nick Marola, who made that final out on defense. Second straight inning that Marola has led off after the Iron Bucks sent 10 to the plate in the last inning. He singled his last time and then was doubled off on a fielder's choice. The 0-0 from Wilson in his fourth inning of work is a breaking ball, and it's a ball up high for ball one. 1-0 count in the bottom of the fourth. 10-4 our score. Curveball down low. That one had a lot of spin. Spun a little bit too much maybe. Hit the dirt out in front of home plate. Two 2-0 pitch. In for a strike. Wilson lobs that one across home plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's a breaking ball that is just riddled with topspin. It's still spinning down the line. And he just put a charge into that one straight into the ground. You see it spin all the way down the foul line in the grass. 2-2 count to Marola. Marola pitched through that sixth inning last time. Line wasn't outstanding. 2-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball lined over the head of the first baseman into right field for a base hit. Round first, and holding up there is Marola. So he singles into right, and there's a runner aboard with nobody out. 10-hitter Tyler Mack will follow, and now Ben Cosby is coming out to check on his guy. Wilson goes to the same motion twice with his hand. I don't know exactly what he's trying to portray there. We'll see if they're just trying to calm him down or if they have that bullpen going. The bullpen for the Mustangs is pretty much out of sight from our booth. here at Pullman Park, just past the bleachers to our right. And they give him fist bumps and tell him to keep on throwing. So a leadoff runner on first base. Tyler Mack follows him up. Mack reached on a fielder's choice last time. Right-handed hitter faces the right-handed pitching Wilson. No outs in the inning, just underway in the bottom of the fourth. If you're just joining us, Mustangs lead this one 10-4 in the fourth. Big 7-run first inning, rather. First pitch is up high, fastball for ball one. Luke Burgess, thanking you for joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. We'll be back again. Cast from Newcastle. Wilson's 1-0. Down low. That one doesn't catch a piece of the zone. It's a 2-window count. Mack there, out there in right field, patrolling that corner outfield position. Runner takes his lead off first. Wilson is all ready. He delivers, and that one's lined over the head of the shortstop, Lavrich, into left field. So back-to-back base hits, put runners on first and second with nobody out. And now the throw gets by the third baseman, Butler. Lavrich and Butler just weren't communicating on that one, and that's a costly error. Puts runners at second and third. And you got to imagine that Wilson is just really upset about that. So what looked like it would be a nothing base hit that puts runners at first and second. The throw is way offline, but no one, Lavrich or Butler, go to cut it off. And it rolls all the way back to the backstop. So second and third, nobody out for the top of the order. And it's Cam Manis. He singled his last time. First pitch is down low for ball one. Drags that fastball out just a tad. This is our last visit to Pullman Park this season. 1-0 pitch from Wilson. Is swung on and missed. Can't make contact. Manis. The Iron Bucks have those silver and green jerseys. Some of the cleanest jerseys in the league. 1-1. Swung on and missed. And he got a piece of that one off the end of the bat. Just fouled it off. In and out of the glove of Strideff and to the backstop. It's a 1-2 count. We hope you'll join us tomorrow when we play the 3B Barons, Mustangs Baseball Network. We'll be on the air around 5:50 p.m. 1-2 pitch from Wilson is a breaking ball hit foul. Wilson comes set for the 1-2. Now he comes home. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, so they needed some juice. He gave him some juice. A little bit of a strikeout swinging. Fastball up high. It's the first time that Wilson has struck anybody out all night. There's one down with runners on second and third. He's trying to hold them there. Maddox Clement now is 0 for 2. Left-hander just slightly choked up on that lefty bat. He pops one up out towards center field. It looks like it's Suvak who has a read. He makes the catch. The throw home is a good one, and it's over to third. They know that they're not getting the runner at home. Marola scores. It's a 10-5 game. So a nice throw in to the third baseman from Suvak. 2 away in the inning. And there's a runner on second. This game has been cut down to a 5-run lead. Brent Crehan now singled and popped out to the shortstop. The big leg kick from Wilson. That one is lined over Lavrich's head. Down out to Weibel in left field. Rounding third. Coming home. And it's a great throw. He's out at the plate. And a good throw from Carson Weibel nabs him at home. Iron Bucks add on one more. And the Mustangs lead by a score of 10-5 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Kenny Lavrich leads off the top of the 5th inning for the Meadville Mustangs. It's his 3rd time to the plate so far. He struck out, walked, and homered over that left field wall. You can see that yellow Howard Agency sign out there. That's where he hit it. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's Mason Syke back out on the mound for 2nd inning of work. After Ian Ballquist started the game, the left-hander went just 2/3 of an inning before he was relieved by Dustin Strom. The 0-1 pitch is in for a strike, called on the outside corner. Back in that same spot, and those hitters are really not loving that call, but it's been consistent. Mason Syke now on the mound after 2 1/3 from Strom. His 0-2 pitch is down low in the dirt, just blocked by the catcher, Woods. Meadville Mustangs baseball rolling on here. 5th inning of action. Here's the 1-2 pitch to the shortstop, Lavrich. It's a breaking ball away. Slider was well thrown, broke it just the last moment, but not a whole ton of velocity, and Lavrich is able to lay off of that one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, drifting back foul. That one just right in front of us here in the broadcast booth, and lovely suite, which has been donated by Leeway Rent-A-Car. Here's the 2-2 one more time. That one's fouled off. Just knobs it off the end of his bat, really. Kind of spins that one as his swing comes across the ball. It's still 2-2. We'll do it again. The pitch popped up, drifting right and foul. So 3 straight foul balls. This is the 2nd time that Lavrich has gotten into a big-time battle with a pitcher. He fouled off 4 earlier in his 2nd at-bat. He ended up walking in that at-bat. So trying to produce a similar result here, but Syke is filling up the zone. His 2-2, and he lays off. Nice slider, but Lavrich is able to keep those hands from moving too far forward. We were talking about mercy rule a few innings ago, but after 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and then one more as another pitch is fouled off, and Lavrich just staying alive, proving exactly why he is the on-base guy for the Meadville Mustangs. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. Hard fastball called strike 3. Lavrich doesn't love it, but he is retired on the strikeout, his 2nd of the night. And I'll tell you, this sure doesn't look like Kenny Lavrich. 2 strikeouts and a home run. Not what we're used to seeing from the right-handed hitter. He's followed up by Daniel Luco. Luco tripled his last time after he walked his first 2, so he's 1 for 1 on the night. The 0-0 pitch, down low, breaking ball, breaks way too early. Out in front of home plate. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Right-hander drags the fastball that time, and that bounces in the left-handed batter's box. So it's 2-0 to the right fielder, Luco. He took advantage of being ahead in the count last time, drove one out into right field for triple, and this time he sees a strike. Could have been the changeup coming in there. 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Luco. Down low for ball 3. Fastball couldn't grab a piece. Not one of the quicker games we've seen this season tonight. Dragging on just a little bit. 3-1 pitch. That one misses, and Luco walks for the 3rd time tonight. So he's only seen a few strikes, and he tripled on the first pitch that he saw last time. Jordan Suvak now the center fielder. He's walked, struck out, and hit into a sacrifice fly. So no hits for him yet tonight, but he's looking to change that right here. First time that he'll see Syke. The first pitch is off the end of the bat, drifting over to the right side. Second baseman is all the way over. It's foul. So it's 0-1 to Suvak. Suvak had that triple that tied the game at 2 the other night. Been really solid defensively as well all season. Gave a great interview the other night after the win. Diving back on the throw over to first is Luco. He's back easily. The 0-1. Down low in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Woods. A little bit chilly up here. 76 degrees outside. Air conditioning is flowing in the booth. 1-1 pitch with a runner on. That one's out to center field, dropping quickly. That's in for a hit. So there you go. Jordan Suvak singles. He's on board. And it's first and second with one away. That'll set it up for the cleanup hitter, Brandon Butler, third baseman. Singled his first time around, singled his last time, and moved up to second on an error. Also popped out on the infield. He's trying to continue his hot hand tonight. That one's down low for a ball. It's 1-0. 10-5 in the top of the fifth inning. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and missed. High fastball with some heat. The 1-1 count. Syke delivers up high. Breaking pitch. He tried to catch the top of the zone, but he couldn't get it. Here's the 2-1 to Butler. Through the left side. That one sneaks into the outfield. Luco's coming around third to score. The throw's way offline. He's in. It's an RBI single for Brandon Butler. He moves up Suvak to second. And still with a run across, first and second with one out. So the Mustangs putting some more runs on the board. They take just one inning off. And they're right back at it. It's 11-5 with one away. Carson Weibel now. Grounded out his last time. Syke is ready to go. He delivers. And that one's up high for a ball. Hard fastball into the zone. The right-handed pitcher delivers. And that one gets across. 1-1 now. If you're just joining us, or if you've been with us all night, thanking you so much for being here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Luke Burgess. Runners take off on the pitch. That one's down low in the dirt, sliding in. Nice little double steal. And how about the swag on that slide from the center fielder, Jordan Suvak? He slides in past the bag, and it's a 2-1 count, by the way, but smiling the whole way. He's got some aura to him when he plays. That one's popped up, back on the left side, and it gets out of play. 2-2 count. Way up high, and somehow the catcher, Woods, didn't think that he had it, but he actually got a piece of that one and kept it. It looked like he thought that was way by him. He had to jump to catch that. That shows you how offline that pitch was. He goes to the rosin bag to try and tighten up his grip on the ball. 3-2 count. One away. Here's the pitch. That one's just fouled off. Hard fastball down the middle. He challenged him. Weibel was up to it. Keeps this thing alive. 3-2 count with one out. Top of the fifth. This has been a long inning. Things are going slowly. Infield in for the Iron Bucks, and now time is called. So a few more seconds before Weibel sees the 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. That one's down the line and through into the outfield. Another run will score. Butler is hustling around third. He scores. It's a 2-run double for Carson Weibel. And the Mustangs keep adding on. How about it? 13-5, the score for the Meadville Mustangs. They continue to do damage with the bats, and that one was just shot down that third base line. You saw Syke was effective when he came in, but that's what happens so many games in the league this week. As Cole Grable fouls off the first pitch he sees, that was a hard fastball. He'll go 0-1. So many games in this final week for every team. The Mustangs play 6 games in 5 days. 6 games in 7 days, rather, excuse me. And that one's down low in the dirt, so it's 1-1. And you got to preserve your pitchers. These staffs are not pro staffs in any sense, and a lot of them are on pitch counts because of their college limitations. Their coaches don't want them overexerting too much. So sometimes you just got to let a guy stay out there and let it bleed. He delivers another one down low, and now you can see that visible frustration on the mound with a 2-1 count. He takes a long look at the ground in between pitches here. 2-1 count with 1 away. Runner leading off of second is Weibel. He delivers the 2-1. That one's out into right field. Shot, backing up and missing it. He can't make the catch. That's Mack out in right. Rounding third is Weibel. Into third with a triple is Grable. So double, triple, single in the last 3 at-bats. That one was just off the top of the glove. It was hit too hard to catch up to. Another run crosses the plate. And you remember that mercy rule? Yeah, it might be coming back. 14-5, and with just 1 out, there is a runner on third. Brady Lane at the dish. He's been good tonight. Singled and walked his last time. Was stranded at second base. The first pitch is way up high for ball 1. It kind of looks like Syke is just tossing out there. He doesn't really have control over what he's throwing right about now. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, spikes it way out in front of home plate. That one hit in the grass, and he'll score easily. Syke didn't even run in to home plate to cover. He just let Grable score. It's 15-5. And now that mercy rule would come into effect in the 7th inning. So Brady Lane hitting with the bases empty, 2-0 count, 1 away. Here's the pitch. That one's down low again. And it's only 2-0, I believe. Maybe not. Lane thinks he's walked, and I guess he has. The scoreboard has malfunctioned, and they're not able to update the count. So there's a runner on first, another runner aboard, and it looks like it might be the end of the road for Syke. So it really hasn't mattered what pitcher has been thrown out there tonight. The Iron Bucks haven't been able to get it done, and now you think maybe they're just trying to calm him down here, see if they can keep their guy out there. They play a lot of games throughout this week, and the Mustangs still need to find a time to make up one more game. They might have to do it the day of the last day of the season, or maybe the day after that, which could potentially be the start of the playoffs. The first day for the playoff game is not confirmed yet. Looks like it's going to be Wednesday, the 19th. But all that is really TBC. They're going to leave Syke out there. He's going to face Strideff. Strideff has doubled, walked, and struck out swinging tonight. There's 1 away in the inning. Runners on first and only first. It's my mistake. So used to there being multiple base runners on as of late. The 0-0 pitch is up high. Strideff doesn't even really take a second glance at it. It's 1-0. You can tell that Syke really just isn't in the zone. Literally and figuratively. 1-0 pitch. That one is just inside to Strideff. It's 2-0. And I don't believe that there's any mercy rule before the 7th inning, so no need to really worry about that. Remember, there is only one out. The pitch from Syke, that one's popped backwards and foul. Arm freshening up in the bullpen. And that is Ryan Manning. Manning came on in the last game when these two teams met, and he pitched 4 scoreless innings, only allowed 2 base runners in that effort. So we know he can be dangerous. Mustangs still won that game. 2-2 count after the foul ball. 1 away and a runner on first. Already 5 across the plate in the inning. That one is popped up and foul. A lot of foul balls in tonight's game, that's for sure. We have seen quite a few in the stands. Two and two count. Runner leading off of first. 1 away. The pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. So the second time, Strideff goes down on strikes on the evening. And there's 2 away for the 9-hitter John Sharp. Now that looks like it's going to be the end of the road for Syke. Manning is ready to go out of the bullpen, and we'll be back in just a moment. Mustangs lead this one by 10. It is Ryan Manning who will come on to face John Sharp. As we said, 4 innings for him last time. Sidewinding right-hander. He didn't allow a run the last time we saw him, and I'm sure that the Iron Bucks would prefer that he didn't allow any more runs tonight. Strike 1 in there, and that was that changeup. That was lethal last time. Back here at Pullman Park for the last time all season, pending playoffs. The pitch inside. Doesn't catch a piece of the zone. It's a 1-1 count to John Sharp. Looks over the runner to first. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. That time he goes to the curveball. Good pitch. Crosses through the zone there, and Sharp can't connect. The 1-2 with 2 away. That one is down the third base line, gloved nicely by the third baseman Timko. Throw on to first, and he beats it out. So Sharp uses that good speed, but a great defensive play and an infield single for John Sharp. There's runners on second and first for Bevan. Bevan facing another righty. You'd think this would really fit his eye with that side-winding release. Outside, pitch floated away from him. That looked like it might have been a sinker. 1-0. Bevan at the plate. 2 runners on with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Outside again, 2-0 count. Runner on second base is Brady Lane. Sharp over at first. Ninth hitter to come to the plate in the inning is Bevan. That one's down low. It gets away from the catcher. Both runners hold up. It's 3-0, and now he's in danger of walking the bases loaded. If he does here, that would be the second time that the Mustangs have batted through the order in the game. 3-0. In there for strike. Just catches a piece of the outside corner. He looks down to his manager, Ben Cosby, in the third base coach's box with a little bit of discontent. 3-1 pitch. Popped up. On the infield, first baseman Rinaldo calling him off, and he makes the catch. So the inning is over. So they hit through the order. All 10 come to the plate in the top of the fifth inning, and they plate 5. Mustangs lead this one 15-5 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Hey, it's the bottom of the fifth, and there's a new pitcher on for the Mustangs. Zach Wilson ends up going 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of those earned. Garrett Knapp comes on. It's his first appearance since he appeared in that slugfest where absolutely no one pitched well. Although the Mustangs are approaching the same number of runs. They've got 15 tonight. The 0-0, and that one is out to center field. Backing up on it way is Suvak, and that is caught near the wall. That wall out there is over 400 feet. So that ball was crushed by Brady Gavila, but it's a fly out to the center fielder, and there's one away. We've talked before, that deepest part of the ballpark here in the gap in center field is 425 feet. So that ball hit to the warning track just a bit right. Has got to be at least 405, I would say. Called strike one to the designated hitter, Alex Colwell. There's a defensive change as well for the Mustangs. John Sharp comes in to catch. Zach Stridiff switches positions with him. He'll now be the extra hitter. That one's fouled off. So the count goes to 0-2 quickly against the designated hitter, Colwell. Garrett Knapp trying to bounce back in relief after he gave up quite a few runs in his last time out against the East Butler Bulldogs. 0-2. Gave up 3 home runs in that appearance. That one's up high. Definitely not what you want as a reliever, and he has primarily taken that role. Here's the 1-2. Down low in the dirt, slider away. Sharp backhands it nicely. It's a 2-2 count. There's nobody on, so not the biggest deal if the ball gets past him, but he's trying to keep everything in front. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. That one looks like it might stay in. Butler's chasing after it, and he can't quite get there. Lavrich, Butler, and Weibel were all converging on a spot just past the bullpen mound on the first or the third base side, down where the Butler Iron Bucks bullpen resides. So it's a 2-2 count, one away. Nobody on. We'll do the 2-2 one more time. Here's the pitch. Down low, blocked by Sharp, 3-2. That's what he does at such a premium that we don't see as much with the other catchers on this team, is blocking pitches. He's able to really make an impact defensively. 3-2 count. That one is lined foul, drifting down the left field line. It's going to sneak all the way to the wall, but couldn't keep it in play. 2-2 to Alex Colwell. Designated hitter has walked in both appearances tonight. Ryan Manning has come on in relief for the Iron Bucks. The 2-2 pitch is a called strike 3. He struck him out. So after the fly out to center, a long at-bat with Colwell ends in a K. A backwards one at that for Knapp. So he's gone 2 up, 2 down. Now Brian Woods, the catcher, trying to rattle his rhythm a little bit. 0-0 pitch. Popped up. That one remains in the shallow part of right field and caught easily by Luco. So the inning is over. A nice inning in relief for Knapp on the mound, and we're through 5 full here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 15-5, Mustangs lead. Kenny Lavrich leads off for the second straight inning, and he struck out looking in the last inning very, very similar to what we saw in the first inning, where he struck out, that time swinging, before the Mustangs put 7 runs on the board. They only put 5 on, I know, pretty weak stuff in the last time around. Lavrich grounds one foul to start his at-bat. Top of the 6th inning here, though, and if the score holds, this game would end in 7 because of a mercy rule. Another arm active in the Iron Bucks bullpen. We'll look down there and get that name to you as soon as we can. That one is in there for a strike, and it's an 0-2 count. That's Alex Colwell, who is currently the designated hitter, just struck out looking in the last inning. That one is shot through the middle of the infield for Lavrich. He's got a single, and his second hit of the night. So Lavrich gets bat on ball, and really that's all it took right there. He just reaches out and pokes one through, and when you're that good of a hitter, that's all you really need to do. Daniel Luco up now. He tripled. He's walked twice. Walked 3 times, rather. 3 walks and a triple. He fouls the first pitch he sees back off the netting. It spins on the netting and drops back down to earth. 0-1 count to Luco. Here's the 0-1. Breaking pitch in for a strike. It's 0-2. Runner Lavrich leads off of first. Throwback, he's in standing, and good pickoff move there from the pitcher, Manning. Manning has done a really good job all season in relief. Came in and closed out that last inning. That one's down low in the dirt, blocked in front. Does Woods. He throws it in back, and Lavrich is going to stick over there at first. Having a nice little conversation with the first baseman, Matt Rinaldo. 1-2. Inside, doesn't get a piece. It's a 2-2 count. 3B Barons tomorrow. They are the division leaders. The pitch, down low in the dirt. No advance on either side. Just one other game in action tonight. That one's grounded onto the shortstop and off his arm, caught, and no throw. It's not worth it for Crehan. He just misfielded that ball. Really no weird bounce whatsoever, but he's not able to get glove on it, and it's first and second with still nobody out. Just as we were saying, though, one other game in action tonight, the Creekside Crocodiles and the Butler Blue Sox. They are currently in the final innings of that game. First pitch in there to Suvak is down low for a ball. Suvak singled his last time he's walked, struck out looking, and hit into a sacrifice fly. So he's got an RBI tonight. He came around to score the last time, and he lines that one over the head of the shortstop, Crehan. Rounding third base is Lavrich. He is in to score. Throwback to second to check on the runner, Luco. He's safe. So it's 3 straight singles to start the inning. Lavrich scores. It's 16-5 Mustangs. They just keep adding on. You really can't stop them at this point. The offense has been good all season, but it is on fire tonight. Brandon Butler now trying to keep the hit parade rolling. 16-5 the score. The first pitch to him is shot down the left side past the glove of the third baseman. Now Luco's coming around. The throw is cut off, and he'll score on another single, an RBI, and 4 straight singles for the Mustangs. Brandon Butler drives in a run. It's first and second still. And after Manning's superb outing last time, they put a crack in his armor. 17-5. Carson Weibel now, left fielder, coming to the plate. Strike called. First pitch in there, breaking ball. Lights starting to come on here at Pullman Park, trying to keep things illuminated, although it looks more and more likely that this game will be done sooner rather than later. That one gets away from the catcher, Woods. Both runners move up. And how about Suvak there sliding way past the bag, and he just hangs on for dear life. Nice little double move there. Took off as soon as the ball got away. So now it's 2 runners in scoring position for the left fielder, Weibel. The pitch, that one's fouled off just to our right into the bleachers. Not quite the attendance we've seen in other nights here for Blue Sox baseball. Still a beautiful night. 76 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. That one's down low. It's a 1-2 count. Two and two. Popped up on the right side. Chasing over to it is Marola and Rinaldo. And the catch is the play at the plate, and the runner's safe. The catch was not visible. It was over out of play on the foul side, but it looks like he's out, and the runner tags. So it's a sacrifice fly, it appears, for Carson Weibel. And yes, it is exactly that, a sac fly. Sac fly for Weibel. The runner scores 18-5, and now it's Grable at the plate. So he made a sliding grab of some sort over there in the corner. The pitch, That one's popped out to left center field. Chasing back on it is the center fielder, Manis. He makes a nice grab to get the second out. So they come quickly all of a sudden, and there's 2 away. Grable put a charge into that one, but now just a runner at second base with 2 away in the inning. Brady Lane now gets the next chance for the Mustangs. Here's the first pitch. Butler takes off. The throw down to third is a good one, but it's not in time. The speedy Butler sneaks on in there. So Butler at third base. Top of the 6th inning, 2 away. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, almost got a piece of Lane. He's able to dodge out of the way of that one. The pitch. Grounded foul. Out toward the bullpen. So it goes to 2-1 for Lane. 2 away in the inning. Butler on third. 18-5 Mustangs lead. Up high, that one drills him in the forearm. And you can tell that that one hurt. He tosses the bat pretty violently over there and slams it down in frustration. That's a hard hit by pitch in on the arm. And he's going to go down to third base. He's been walked twice tonight and now hit by a pitch as well. So first and third with 2 away for Zach Strideff. And Strideff is going to be pinch hit for by Siegel. So Siegel gets his first at-bat in a week. He takes strike 1 on the first pitch he sees. Extra hitter now, and he takes strike 2. That one over the heart of the plate. First one looked a tad low. Nothing into the count, 2 away in the inning. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. It's 1-2 with 2 away. The 1-2 pitch. Down low. Can't catch a piece. It's 2-2. So battles back from in the hole does Siegel. It's 2-2 with 2 away. 2 runners on. Mustangs lead this one 18-5. That one down low and outside. It's 3-2, and now the count is full. Right-handed pitcher Ryan Manning, who was so solid the last time out, has struggled tonight. Runner takes off. That one's fouled off. So racing on back is Lane. He's got that oven mitt sliding glove on. Already mentioned it, but we're back in action tomorrow. 3B Barons, first pitch 6 o'clock from Flaherty Field in case you're just joining along. Throw over to first. The runner's back standing, and no contest over there. That pitch down low. Ball 2. Pops it up on the infield. Racing in is the third baseman, Timko. He makes the catch, and a nice one at that. So over at third base, Timko makes the play, and that one ends the inning. So 9 come to the plate, and 3 more score for the Mustangs. We're through 5.5 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. They lead it 18-5. Strike one called to Mason Timko to start the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch from Knapp on the 0-1 is grounded to third base. Butler fields throws on to first and gets the out. So 1 up, 1 down on 2 pitches for Garrett Knapp in his 2nd inning of work. He's back on in relief after a nice, clean bounce-back inning, and I'm sure he needed that for his confidence after he struggled against the East Butler Bulldogs. But I got to say, I don't know because I've never been a player, but you have to think from a player's perspective that it's probably pretty easy to wash off a game like that when it was so out of hand on both sides. Either way, it doesn't matter. Moving forward. Knapp's first pitch to the first baseman, Matt Rinaldo, is fouled down the third base line. 0-1 count with 1 away in the inning. Knapp goes into his windup, delivers. That one's chopped to the left side. Butler races in, throws to first, makes the play and gets the out at first. So it's back-to-back groundouts to the third baseman, Butler. And he makes 2 nice plays. There's 2 away. And Knapp has been really, really solid out of relief. And he's been good all year. But, you know, you look at maybe that aberration on Friday against the East Butler Bulldogs, and in a short park like that, things can happen with fly balls. That one's called for a strike to Nick Marola. Marola's 3rd time to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Singled twice on the evening. 0-1 pitch from Knapp is down low, blocked by Sharp. Bounced just behind home plate. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Big cut at the breaking ball. He went to the slider, and you could see the spin on that one, the seams. And when you know that the seams, you kind of see him move in that little circle, it creates a little eye on the ball. And he strikes him out, goes right back to it. He's not even going to give me enough time to explain it. Nice strikeout for Knapp, and he goes 6 up, 6 down in his first 2 innings of relief. He's rolling, and so are the Stangs. They are hot. Through 6, they lead 18-5.